It's Friday, so hopefully your work week is ending on a positive note. And on that front, wanted to do a news video with some of the items that I've come across that I think are worth discussing here on the channel. Starting off with the Kitchener Rangers, it's being reported in the KW Record that the Kitchener Rangers and UC Ahokas are in discussions to extend the head coach past this summer. He did sign a 2-year agreement when he joined the Ontario Hockey League. And with that, there was a lot of questions about how long would Ahokas be with the Kitchener Rangers with aspirations of one day joining the National Hockey League. And it's for good reason, as Ahokas has done an amazing job with this Kitchener Rangers team. Back-to-back seasons where they had tremendous starts. And again, this year, this team exceeding expectations. Right now, second in the overall standings in the Ontario Hockey League. And that is, just says a lot about the systems of UC Ahokas. And Mike McKenzie, the general manager, being quoted as saying that, for Ahokas, he's done a really good job with this Kitchener Rangers team, and they want to keep him as long as possible. But he also understands that this is a development league and that Ahokas will one day move on to the NHL. And I also thought this was interesting, but last summer, the Rangers actually gave Ahokas permission to talk to other hockey teams about possible coaching opportunities. So I do believe UC Ahokas will be one of the next head coaches that makes his way to the National Hockey League. But with the Rangers looking to host the Memorial Cup in 2027 and the success that this team has had, I wouldn't be surprised if it's kind of like Pete DeBoer. Remember in the early 2000s, he had some great success at the junior hockey level and really helped that Kitchener Rangers team back then. And then they would go on to the Memorial Cup in 2008. They didn't win the Memorial Cup in their hosting year, but that was a very strong Kitchener team. And then he would eventually move on to the National Hockey League. It's kind of similar, I feel, with UC Ahokas. He's done an outstanding job with this Rangers team. And yeah, it's a development league of more than just players. It's also coaches and whatnot. So, yeah, I thought this was an interesting news article that came about. And I wouldn't be surprised if we hear an extension in the coming weeks, or maybe at the end of the regular season that UC Hocus will sign an extension with the OHL club. Not sure how many years it will be. Maybe it'll be another 2-year agreement like he first signed when he first joined the Kitchener Rangers. But right now, talks are underway to extend UC Hocus with the Kitchener Rangers. Last night, the Flint Firebirds opened their road trip with a win in Peterborough. And with that victory, Nathan Day has become the winningest goaltender in Flint Firebirds franchise history. He has now 63 wins. That puts him past Luke Kavlin, who had the previous total of 62. Now, the Flint Firebirds, of course, they're celebrating their 10th anniversary this season. And it's a younger organization. They don't carry over the stats from the Plymouth Whaler days, but still pretty exciting for Nathan Day to have that recognition. I did the team history videos last summer, and I mentioned all the top scorers and the winningest goaltenders in that. And I figured Nathan Day would probably reach this mark. And I think for Flint, maybe it took a little longer than they were hoping for this season. But either way, Nathan Day is now the winningest goaltender in Flint Firebirds franchise history. And speaking of history videos, last year I did the team history videos during the offseason. This year I'm looking to do another series of history videos looking at going year by year of the OHL's history. So stay tuned for that once the 2025 playoffs wrap up, or once the Memorial Cup wraps up. I'll start posting those videos just so we still have some content here on this channel, even during the offseason. A big story that's been developing these last couple of weeks involves the Erie Otters. And Bob Murray, he's a reporter out of Windsor. He's saying that there's been some rumblings that Stan Butler is close to starting litigation against the Erie Otters in his release. Obviously, we don't have a lot of details. He was being investigated by the team for breaching a team policy. We don't know what that policy was. We don't know if something was said. But in the end, he was let go by the Erie Otters. But still, with how vague the situation is and not knowing what exactly happened with Stan Butler and this Erie Otters organization, it's been leading to a lot of speculation. But right now, the latest update is that Stan Butler plans to take the litigation process against the Erie Otters, which then means maybe we will find out more details about what actually went on with the Erie Otters. So I'll continue to follow that to see what comes next. And finally, just wanted to end on a note involving the Brampton Steelheads. They're going to be doing something pretty unique before their game tomorrow afternoon against the Kingston Frontenacs. They're going to be having a special ceremony before puck drop. It's going to be a new citizens swearing in ceremony. 50 people. This is the largest that the OHL has seen that they're doing this before a game. This is now the second time, actually, that we've had a swearing in ceremony for new Canadians before an Ontario Hockey League game. So tomorrow will be the second. So 50 members. The ceremony will take place at 2:30 p.m. And then once they're sworn in, they'll take to the ice at 4 to sing the Canadian national anthem. So a very nice touch ahead of the game between the Brampton Steelheads and the Kingston Frontenacs. And I know that a lot of people give Brampton a hard time when it comes to their fan support, but I think initiatives like this are great. Being involved in the community, you might develop some new fans from doing ceremonies like this and having them involve the hockey team. And what's more Canadian than being at a hockey game? So I think it's a great touch. And all the best for these 50 individuals who are about to become new Canadian citizens. So that's how I see it from the booth. It's a quick news video. Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on any of these items. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Talk to you soon.